Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sam's Sports Corner, Episode 5. We're going to try things a little differently. I'm going to try and start releasing 2 shorter videos per week, just based on fan feedback, and y'all let me know how you like that. First thing we're going to talk about is Ole Miss's upset of number 8 Texas A&M. Shea Patterson, who was a redshirted freshman, had his red shirt pulled after Chad Kelly got injured, leads the Ole Miss Rebels to a 23-point fourth-quarter comeback. He just looked incredible. He was poised in the pocket. He threw for 338 yards, ran for 64, had 2 touchdowns, and a freshman expected interception, but just really looked good. Ole Miss, I'm sure, did it for recruiting reasons, and it's going to pay off. Deontay Anderson, another freshman in that game, looked pretty good, had the game-clinching interception, which is the Ole Miss defense I like to see. And someone who's not going to get nearly enough credit for the job they did in that game was Greg Little. Freshman offensive lineman, went up against Myles Garrett all night. And Myles Garrett, everyone expects to see on Sunday next year. He's one of the SEC's best defensive ends. And Greg Little held him to 1 tackle all night. And you can look at Myles Garrett's stats. Nowhere near that for the season prior to that. He's the next Laramie Tunsil, and I'm very excited for that. All right, let's talk college football playoff rankings. They currently sit at Alabama, Ohio State, Louisville, and Michigan. The losses from the top 3 teams, 3 of the top 4 teams in the college football playoff ranking, did more damage than I thought. I honestly thought Washington would be the only team out, but Clemson is out too. So what this means for the future is when Clemson loses to South Carolina, as I proposed a week ago, and Michigan is now going to lose to Ohio State because their starting quarterback is injured, Wisconsin will then play Ohio State in the Big Ten championship, lose that game, and Washington will be right back in the mix. But I say all that to say this. Everyone else proved themselves very vulnerable, and we all knew Alabama was going to win it all this year. We just didn't know exactly how bad. In this Final Four, Alabama is going in hard, they are going in raw, and they are going in dry. Believe you me, there is not going to be anyone to even challenge them. It is going to be painful to watch the shellacking that Alabama puts on everyone else. Next up is my idiot and baby of the week. This week, the idiot is a favorite of mine to call an idiot because she does it to herself so often. Kristen Cavallari, the wife of Jay Cutler. After Jay Cutler's great performance against Minnesota, he had over 100 on his QB rating. She tweets, "Can everyone shut up now? Winky face." And Jay Cutler turns around and has one of the worst performances of his football career. 2 interceptions, 1 to Chris Conte, who was terrible, for a touchdown. Had a fumble. His QBR was 55.1. And rightfully so, everyone on the internet destroyed her because, no, Kristen Cavallari, not everyone can shut up now because we knew this was going to happen. This is what your husband does week in and week out. He gives us a shimmer of hope and then destroys us because he's not a good quarterback. He has flashes of greatness, and then the next week, every time, he shows us the real quarterback he is. So, Kristen Cavallari, you're an idiot. You should get off social media or just shut up yourself. Next, my baby of the week is going to be LeBron James. What a shock. Phil Jackson was in an interview talking about LeBron's necessity to be treated special above other basketball players back when he was with the Heat, and referred to LeBron's group of business partners and friends or something as his posse, which LeBron was then in an interview saying that Phil Jackson's racist and he wants an apology, that he used the word posse because he's a young African-American male, and boo-hoo-hoo, words hurt me. LeBron, never in history, in any definition, has the word posse been used as a derogatory term for any race or anything like that. You're just trying to stir up trouble because you know he's right, and you are a very selfish, needy player who wants to be treated differently than everyone else, and you're just trying to deflect the facts that he presented and call him a racist. Well, that's what a baby does. Instead of standing up like a man and saying, you know what, he's kind of right. I do expect to be treated differently because I'm great. That would have been totally acceptable. But no, you call Phil Jackson a racist because you're a baby and can't accept the fact that you're a child. Hey, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you later on this week.